Good morning, and welcome to Sunday morning here at Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia, California. I'm Reverend Nan, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our meditation now. From 10 to 10:15, we'll be here in the sanctuary, and all of you at home will be able to meditate with Kevin Esquivel's beautiful piano music. So as you go into your meditation, I invite you to take this thought with you as you spend time within yourself, in your heart, connected to that ever-present loving source that we call God's Spirit. Any name, it's still the same. So today, the meditation thought is, the dream of God is awake and alive in me. And I invite you to take that now. Enjoy the music. I'll be back at 10:15. Welcome back from your meditation. I just invite you to return easily, effortlessly to the time and place that you are in right now, wherever you may be, whether you're here in our sanctuary or whether you're at home. You know, this is the time here when we get together in our sanctuary, and everybody will be coming in. And at home, if you're at home or wherever you may be, get a beverage, get a snack, settle down. We're going to be back at 10:30 for our wonderful Sunday service. And I think you're going to have a wonderful time today just hearing the message and the music, and as always, knowing that you are loved, no matter where you are. So, we'll be back at 10:30. You can watch the slideshow in between. We've got some very interesting things. See you soon.
I'm here in New York City to tell you some big news. This year, there are 4 amazing new iPhones. I'm going to tell you about them and help you understand the differences between them.
just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised inside Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Singer in a smoky room, smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile I can share the night, it goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, the shadows searching in the night. Street light people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice just one more time. Some will win, some will lose. Some are born to sing the blues. For the movie, it never ends. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, the shadows searching in the night. Street lights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Street lights, people. Don't stop.
Oh. Well, if y'all weren't awake before you got here, I would care to bet you are now. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Visalia. Yeah, we're here in Visalia. And that was our magnificent band and vocalists. We have Kevin on the piano, Phil on the bass. Joe Lazama is back with us today from his world tour. And he's playing for us the drums. And then there was Hope singing and Deanna singing. And we got it going on here. So I do know that we have some people here for the first time. And I welcome all of you. Welcome home. We've been waiting for you. And for those of you out there who are watching for the first time perhaps, welcome home. We've been waiting for you too. So in the meantime, this is when we get to say howdy, and I'm so happy everybody is here. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our announcements. And so the Science of Mind, I'm going to be doing a class in October, starting on October 1st. And it's the Science of Mind, Spiritual Principles and Practices. It's a basic course that is only 5 weeks long. It'll be 5 Saturdays from 10:30 until 12:30. It's a great way to refresh yourself on what we teach and believe here. It's also a wonderful thing if you're new to Science of Mind, religious science. And it's a really fun class besides. It's only one book, this thing called You by Ernest Holmes. We use that. And there is no fee for the class except for the certificated registration fee that's required by our parent education department at Centers for Spiritual Living, and that's $45 a week. $45. So for 5 weeks, for $45, you can come and take a class and learn more about everything that you thought you knew and maybe forgot, and things that you never did know you knew, and stuff that might be new that you don't know. So there's that. And then tonight on PBS, this is a point of interest, and I will say that our inclusivity and diversity team that we'll be mentioning a little bit later in our service, they get together and we find things to promote inclusivity in our center. We focus on inclusivity and we honor diversity. So tonight, just as a point of interest, there's a series that's a 3-part series that starts on PBS tonight, on tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday from 8 to 10 on your local PBS channel here in town. And wherever you may be out there in the virtual community, it's going to be on your PBS channel too, I believe, because this is a national broadcast with Ken Burns doing a documentary. You might want to tune in. It's the United States and the Holocaust. Now, here we are. Now, you may think that everybody got bored during service and just laid down, but no. Nope, that wasn't the case. We do this yoga thing on Saturday morning, and our friend Dina Restivo does yoga here from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. The love offering is a recommended $10 for the class. This has been going on since the beginning of August or September? Oh, August, because she was going to do August and September and then see if she would go on into October and November and all. And I do have good news. Dina is going to be gone just a little bit while she takes, after this next Saturday, she's going to be off, and she'll return on October 22nd because she's going to tour some other places in the universe, and she'll be back. But it doesn't matter what your physical abilities are. Everybody, we've done chair yoga, people get on the floor, as you can see, and actually they all do get up because they're here. So they're sitting in chairs now, which is a good thing. So this is the final pose for total relaxation when you've done all the other things. And I can tell you, I've done it myself. The breathing part I truly love, and all of it is very relaxing. So if I can do it, any of y'all can do it, believe me. All righty. And, of course, this coming Saturday night on the 24th of September, we are going to be having the celebration of life for Marjorie Brandon, who is one of the founders of the Brandon Mitchell Gallery that we house here in our center. Now, Marjorie is pretty much a legend in everyone's mind, and there's going to be a lot of people here. The family's going to be here. They've organized everything. It'll start at 6 o'clock. We're only going to have a certain number of seats. On our website, it's posted. On our Facebook page, it's posted. And I think we've got a couple of flyers over here for it so that you can text or email Jessica, who is one of her granddaughters, who's helping to make sure we've got enough seats, and tell people not. It will also, if we don't have enough, we expect to have 100 people here. And it'll be wall-to-wall seating, so be prepared for that. And it'll be many, many people from community, many of her friends and family. And Marjorie had a huge network of people. She was an educator. She was, as I have been told, she was still doing the conga just a couple of years ago. So, as she passed just a few days before her 100th, right? 110th birthday. I knew it was a lot. So it will be an event, and let them know. We are also doing it live stream over our regular Sunday service channel. So if you'd like to see it at home live stream and not be here, you can just go to our website and select either Facebook or YouTube and be able to watch it that way and participate. It's a big event here in this community. Every year, the International Day of Peace is observed around the world on September 21st. And this year's theme is End Racism, Build Peace. And we have 3 ways here to commemorate the day. And the first one is on Wednesday, September 21st. We'll be here in the center at noon. At noon our time is when the global meditation is taking place. So we'll meet for about 15, 20 minutes. I'll be hosting the meditation. We'll have just a short prayer, and then we'll meditate for peace. So we'll be doing that here on Wednesday, and do come down for it. And then there's one more thing. Now, from the director of the Fantastic Fungi film, which was an amazing piece, they've done a new release of a movie that he has done that's called Gratitude Revealed. Now, everybody here knows, even if you're new, gratitude is a huge practice that we engage in our teaching and our philosophy. And this is a beautiful, beautiful movie that's going to be released. There are tickets available. Donna has flyers. It's a little bit hard to get to the ticketing part of it, but she made some flyers so you can pick up one of those and be able to go to the link to be able to watch the movie. And that's going to be also on September 21st. And it's 4 o'clock our time, Pacific Daylight. So it'll be 4 p.m. and you could watch that. And it is a stunning piece. I've seen the trailer for it. It's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. It's a beautiful cinematography work as well as the inspiration. And last but not least, we've got a thing going here that is part of our peace initiative, and Donna's going to talk about that. You got green light?
What? Yeah, I got a green light. So this is the third thing we're doing for International Peace Day, and we've been working with the Arts Consortium and the city to get permission. We got a grant to do this, and what we're going to be doing is wrapping cranes in yarn and hanging them on the trees outside. So it'll be a public art piece. It'll bring more of attention to us. We're also going to get a stencil of a circle of cranes, and cranes are it's a peace symbol. And so that's why we're doing cranes. Remember we did 1,000 origami cranes.
We did 1,000 cranes last year. Yes, we did.
So we'll be putting a stencil down and chalking it in on the sidewalk right outside. So let's see the next slide. So that's, again, this is the one you can't see too well, but you can see the circle. That's going to be the circle of cranes, but it'll be in color. And if you can barely see those little cranes in the trees, that's what we're going to be doing. So it's this Saturday. So everything's happening Saturday. Yoga, and then this from 12 to 2, and then Marjorie Brandon. You can spend the whole day here. And one more slide to show. These are my latest attempts at wrapping the cranes. I'm getting a little better at it.
Wow, yeah.
So we're getting forms out of cardboard, and you wrap them. It's not as easy because you have to put little notches in it to get it to stay, and you need a little glue. But that's what we're doing. So I'm afraid no one will be here. So I want you to come. There's little flyers on some of the chairs. There's some on the back. Get your friends. Get the kids. Especially young kids would love to do that chalking part in. So I hope that we'll get you and some of your friends out here Saturday for our big, and then we'll be continuing. So first Friday we'll be wrapping more cranes. We'll keep wrapping cranes. We're doing 60 altogether, so we'll keep wrapping cranes. So I hope to see you then. Thanks.
Thanks, Donna. Cranes, there's a history of the cranes being international symbols of peace, and it started in Japan, actually. And yes, we did do 1,000 cranes between September 21st. It started a bit before that, and until they all flew in, and they were here for the winter, and they've stayed, and you can see them everywhere. They still are here, and it's a beautiful thing. So come on down and have fun with everything. This is a wonderful family and friends thing that we can do. So right now, speaking of before when I was talking about inclusivity and diversity in our group, we have a team called the Inclusivity and Diversity Team, and they meet on Monday afternoon on Zoom, and they explore the ways that we can become more inclusive and to understand diversity and to understand the things that have been inequitable and unfair and unjust. And we talk a lot about implicit bias and the things that we don't even know that we have discrimination or prejudice about, so that we can become aware, because as we become aware, we can understand and communicate with everyone more effectively. And we are inclusive. That's one of our practices, one of our spiritual principles. So our team meets, and every week one of our members selects a quote. And this week came from our good friend Carol Greening. And this is a quote from Wangari Maathai from Kenya. And she received the Right Livelihood Award in 1984. And in 2004, she won the Nobel Peace Prize. And she writes, "In the course of history, there comes a time when humanity is called to a shift to a new level of consciousness, a time when we have to shed our fear and give hope to each other. And that time is now." So I encourage you, if you're interested, you can join the meeting on Monday afternoon over Zoom. You can go to our website and just pop on there and join us. We'll be there. And now it's time we have a practitioner who is here, who is our local practitioner, and we also have a member of our community who is our remote practitioner. And that would be Kim Bebo, and she's going to be coming in on Zoom now, and Kim's going to do our affirmation for the week and also our opening prayer for the rest of the service. So she's going to be on Zoom, and after the service, Janice will be offering prayer for anybody who would like it. We do we just offer a short prayer if anybody needs it right after service. So she'll be in our practitioner room. And if you want to bring Kim in now, if she's ready. Hi, Kim. She can't see us, but we can see her.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be in amongst you, though I can't see you, so it's always an interesting time. If you will join me in a moment of prayer after we do this affirmation. The dream of God is awake and alive in me. Let's do that one more time.
Everybody say it
The
together.
dream of God is awake and alive in me. And as you take a breath, breathing the breath of life, releasing it gently, and gently breathing through this with intention through this prayer. And Spirit is in, around, and through us, in and around and through all. Spirit is the love, the beauty, and the peace within, the grace, the power of expression and of life that feeds, explains, and nourishes that life. Spirit is the leaves on the trees, the breath we breathe, and the dreams we live, the expressions of our words and our actions, and the dreams of who we are in this moment in time. And in that Spirit, God and I are one, and everyone is one with God, with the essence of who we are. That individuation of expression is each and every one in this presence. I claim that oneness with Spirit as I accept that oneness and as I claim that as one with you, with all of you in that oneness of spirit. We claim that shift to allow you to be in that oneness. And I am so grateful for this time and space in the sanctuary of love that surrounds us. Grateful to the love we share and the actions we take. And I release these words into the ever-loving law of universe, knowing that it is so. And so it is.
And so it is. Well, thanks, Kim. I know you can't hear us, but thanks for coming in and being with us. She'll actually be here live on October 16th. I will be off that weekend. It's I get a Sunday off. Yay. So she will be here, and you'll be able to hang out with her and everything. So now we get some more special music. And this is the one that you all get to sing, and you're going to like it. I just know it. You all know it, but the words are up on the screen, and for you at home, you're going to see the words. You can sing too. Why not? It's a good thing. So go with it. All righty.
in our lives. We all have pain. We all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show. Come on, or just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. At the top, there we go. Just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'll ride up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Call me when you need a friend. Call me. Oh, call me. Call me if you need a friend. Call me. Oh, call me. Call me if you need a friend. Call me. Oh, call me. Call me. Say they call me. Call me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we are so blessed to have the most wonderful music here. And you know, it changes all the time. You never know what you're going to have. Last week we were, God was making us sing. And there was a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So you never know what you're going to have here. It kind of goes with the, well, actually, it does go with the message. It does go with the message. You might catch on to that at some point. Well, good morning again, and here we are cruising through September. Can you believe it? You know, this is always, well, now it's the beginning of pumpkin spice everything, although I did see some of those pumpkin spice things offered in July. And, you know, I'm not sure why we hurry to get ahead of seasonal experiences. They still had the Christmas stuff coming out in June, too, you know, did you notice? But you know, as consumers, what we do is we follow that dangling carrot, and off we go, and we'll be buying it no matter what time of the year it is. Maybe it's because we're just less satisfied with the current season of life, whether we are talking weather or age, you know. I used to wait patiently for the signs at my local Starbucks that would begin signaling the arrival of the pumpkin spice lattes. And eons ago, that didn't happen until late October, just barely into November. And then right after Thanksgiving, the gingerbread lattes would appear as an early Christmas drink offering. And oh, I would dream about those drinks for a couple of months before they were even getting started. And I became friends with my local barista at the Starbucks where I was, and I was always there the first day they became available, because I had dreamt about that pumpkin spice latte for so long, and finally I was living that dream. Oh, yes, I was. Well, that's my talk title today, Living the Dream, Living Your Dream. It's an extension of our monthly theme of living everyday wonder with work. Now, the latte wasn't work. The people who put it together did the work. Even so, that idea of living your dream was big some years ago. It used to be on bumper stickers everywhere, you know. It applied to jobs and homes and stuff we wanted to acquire, and much of it applied to really having the personal and financial freedom to live expansively and make choices about our activities that weren't hindered in any way. Now, for many who weren't living their dream, it was definitely a reflection of limitation and frustration every time someone said it or we saw it on a bumper sticker. Some of us inherited dreams from our parents or families. A case in point is this story about a dean of a school of agriculture who was interviewing a prospective student. And he asked the student why he had chosen farming as his career. And the young man replied, well, I dream of making $1 million in farming, just like my dad did before me. The dean was astonished, and he said, really? Your father made $1 million in farming? And the fellow said, well, no, but he always dreamed of it. Yeah. Well, you know, while that's humorous, it would have been great if many of us might have been equally misguided had the advice offered by Steve Mirabile in his book, Unapologetically You. Steve writes, dream your dream and realize that you are more than just the dreamer. You are the point of origin for its reality. The key to our exploration this week is to do more than to dream our dream. It's time to bring our dreams to life within us and ultimately around us. Ernest Holmes, our founder of religious science, notes in his book, Can We Talk to God? We are chemists in the laboratory of the infinite. What shall we produce? Now, can't you just see us all with our beakers and our flasks and all of that? For many who have already had careers and dreams fulfilled, there may be a sense that the days of dreams are over. Maybe that doesn't apply to all of us anymore. Well, not so. That just doesn't work. There is still that creative essence of spirit within each of us that is always generating new dreams, new desires, new inspirations, new ways to create more good in this world. However, we may ignore them or have judgments that we can't really make them happen. What about the language you thought you might learn? What about the book you always thought you'd write? The artistic talents that you have that you could share with others? And what about the thing that interests you most in life, about which you have curiosity now, that might support that you might support with your own unique skills and abilities? You know, I love this quote by Rumi about living a life of passion versus apathy. Rumi is very wise, you know. He says, with passion pray, with passion work, make love, eat and drink, dance and play. Why look like a dead fish in this ocean of God? Well, if we're at a place in our life where we are employed and doing work that isn't satisfying or fulfilling, do we stuff the dreams and just bob along in the ocean of God, resigned to ignore the dream of that which is within us? And you know, right now in society nowadays, in community, larger community, and in the business world, we have this big buzzword out there. And it's powerful: engagement. Okay? Engagement. And I always thought that just applied to when you were going to get married to somebody, but now it's engagement in anything. So, with wonder in work, we have right livelihood that is engaging. It's work that draws us in, holds our attention, tugs our heartstrings, and gives us a sense of value and self-worth, perhaps. A better view of engagement is the level of meaningfulness found in jobs, careers, professions, and any activities that seem to help other people. Being good at one's work certainly can create a sense of achievement and self-confidence. And achievement has many facets, like creating that self-worth and inspiring others and adding value to the company or organization that employs us. And there's also intrinsic value found in volunteering, philanthropy, and just plain doing good in the world. Even if that means opening the door at a store for someone or allowing someone who has fewer groceries than you do to go ahead in the line so they don't have to stand there for 100 years. And you know, we have this thing here called SEVA. And we approach volunteering in a different way because we have SEVA, and we're going to be looking into that in October a little more. SEVA is actually sacred service. And sacred service comes from a place of the heart, and it's the love that is within us and that which we love to do that we want to share and provide for others. So we look at volunteering a little bit differently than just having to sign up and fill a slot on an empty space. So, as Carolyn Meese describes in her book, Sacred Contracts, your divine potential speaks to you through your dreams. It is a desire to get more out of life, but not just accomplishments or material gain. Your divine potential is the fullest expression of your spirit. It's discovering the depths of your capacity to create and to express love, compassion, forgiveness, generosity, and wisdom. Your divine potential becomes more audible as you release your need to know why things happen as they do. It becomes more perceptible as you decide to look beyond the physical plane of life to the universal consciousness of love. Now, the thought of a dream job is sometimes less about the job itself, but about what it can add to our life beyond that role. We don't have to get all the elements of fulfilling life from a 9-to-5 job either. You know, it's possible to find work that accomplishes the necessary things like financial stability and providing for a family, while allowing the time for enjoyment and building great relationships along the way. The key to living the dream is to make room for a great work that identifies our greatest interests and passions without limiting our options. Though you may not be in your dream job, it is possible to become passionate about new areas through the spiritual practice of everyday wonder. If your work helps others, however that may appear, not necessarily as doing something really philanthropic, but if it helps others, if you can get better at it, if the tasks are engaging and you can work with people you like, there's a good chance that you can become passionate about it. The quiet wisdom among these thoughts is to never, ever give up on what speaks to and through us. Nurture it, trust it, love it, and live it. As Howard Thurman wrote, our dreams belong to us. They come full-blown out of the world in which we work and hope and carry on. They are not imposters. They are not foreign elements invading our world like some solitary comet from the outer reaches of space. No, our dreams are our spirit, the vital part of us. They become for us the bearers of new possibility, the enlarged horizon, the great hope. Even as they romp among the stars, they come back to their place in our lives, bringing with them the radiance of the far heights, the lofty regions, and giving to all our days the lift and the magic of the stars. Or, as Dr. Holmes wrote in our Science of Mind text, with an invisible intelligence to guide and an immutable law to direct, let us take our place in any legitimate activity and thus cause our dreams to come to full fruition. When living an examined life through questioning, reflecting, and wondering, our outlook improves. You know, we can choose to become good at something that helps others and contributes to greater outcomes. The focus of being good at something allows us to discover within ourselves that which is good and which the world can value and benefit from. While we're speaking about employment as a career or work, there's another application. Employing wonder can give us the best chance to find a dream job with vital ingredients like engaging work, good colleagues, and a good life fit. When we feel like we're making a valuable contribution to the world, whether we're making coffee here on Sunday morning or taking care of the bookstore, or we're in some huge, big, magnet real estate adventure or some big corporate function, whatever we may be, no matter what we may be doing, when we feel we are making a valuable contribution to the world, we can develop a passion for our work, making it good for all. You know, choosing a well-lived life is a risk. And choosing to live the dream held deep in the heart, mind, and soul may even seem riskier. Still, the greatest risk of all is to die without truly living. So why not risk in the name of your dreams and a better way of being? May everyday wonder be the light that guides you. It's the perfect path created by only your dream and your presence in this world. Today can be the day that changes everything. The catalyst for this change is the recognition that everyday wonder is constantly and consistently available to every one of us. Or as Cory Booker noted, dream big and have huge ambition. But never, ever forget, life is lived in small moments and sustained by simple acts of love. Go well into the light that is your life, your dream, and the work that is you. So I invite all of us, regardless of where we may be in the seasons of life, to live in everyday wonder with our dreams within, to remember the words of Iyanla Vanzant from her book, One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. It's a wonderful book if you haven't read it. Life infused us with the power to conceive, to express and enjoy the fruits of our creative power. We create through word and deed. We are each here to reveal the creative ideal of the divine. So let's bring our dreams to life while resting in the assurance that they are always powered by love, by that infinite loving presence, that source love that is always within us. Let's move. Let's move with the trust that we are employed by that one source of all that is in the greatest work of all, and that's living our unique expression of love, revealing and co-creating a world that works for all. And so it is. And so now, as is our custom, I'm just going to offer an affirmative prayer to kind of put a little cap on that idea. So I do understand and I recognize right here, right now, that there is only one power, one presence, one infinite loving spirit. I don't care if we call it God, Buddha, Allah, universal consciousness. It really matters not what the name is. It is the one presence, the one power, and that power is ours to use for good. And that creative energy that created each and every one of us, all creation, through time anyway, way back there, eons ago, all of that time back there, and all the time coming forward, we're right here in the now. And in this now moment, I speak this word. I speak this word for and about every being everywhere, that they may come to the living of their dream, that they may awaken to that spirit within them, that they may come forward in that power and that presence of love and joy and freedom in so many ways, that they are always, every one of us is always fully supported and abundantly prospered by that one beneficial presence that gives of its own love to create each of us so that it may understand and experience life through each of us as diversity, as individual creations of itself. Knowing that this is so and that each person is gifted continuously from the time they are born until the time they move on to the next yet to be, with that inner spirit of life and love and creativity. And I claim that expression for each person now. I declare it to be in full function, and I accept that truth for each one of us. And having done that, my heart is so filled with joy and gratitude that it is overflowing, and I simply release my word, the same word that created universes, into that law of mind, that creative medium of spirit, knowing that it is already done, and for that reason, we always say, and so it is. And now, we got another wonderful song for y'all. This is really special.
I've been empty. When I'm low, you fill the cup, yeah, but my ego fights back, telling me that I'm ready to grab the wheel and take control. But I'll crash if I don't let myself let go. You put the X on my faded map. Draw me a line back to where you're at. Patient when I try to move too fast. I get this feeling, I get this feeling, I get this feeling in my spirit when I'm low. I hear it calling like a compass to my soul, saying, child, come on back now, you've been gone too long. Let me lead you back where you belong. Right next to me, 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 me. Right next to me, 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 me. I've been captive by the plans I try to make, yeah, I've been selfish. 'Cause callous hearts, they die hard like habits that I know I gotta break. And ain't it good to know that help is on the way? No way. You put an X on my faded map. Draw me a line back to where you're at. Patient when I try to move too fast. I get this feeling, I get this feeling, get this feeling in my spirit when I'm low. Takes it calling like a compass to my soul, saying, child, come on back now, you've been gone too long. Let me take you back where you belong. Right next to me. Oh, you know I try to do it on my own. Oh, you say it's time for me to come back home. Right next to me, 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 me. Right next to me, 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 me. I get this feeling in my spirit when I'm low. I hear it calling like a compass to my soul, saying, child, come on back now, it's been gone too long. Let me lead you back where you belong. I get this feeling in my spirit when I'm low. Hear it calling like a compass in my soul, saying, child, come on back now, you've been gone too long. Let me lead you back where you belong. Right next to me, 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 me. Right next to me, 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 me.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we are so blessed to have such fine musicians in our sanctuary, in our community here, in our beloved center. This is a time when we practice our conscious giving. Now, we practice conscious giving here because we know that the dynamic flow of prosperity and abundance moves in and through every being, everywhere, all the time. And to the extent that we open to receive, as we give, we receive. As we receive, we give back. And it is that infinite flow of the divine prosperity that moves in and through this center. And that I'd like to celebrate with our conscious giving affirmation. So if you'll join me, if you want to take your conscious gift, if you want to say it, whatever it may be, time, talent, treasure that you have in your heart, Let's just say this together because it affirms the truth of our being. Living the dream includes infinite prosperity that I share with love. Okay? Think about that. Living the dream includes infinite prosperity that I share with love. And I will say that we have great love demonstrated in this center, that we have sharing of love, and that all of it promotes and supports everything that happens here every Sunday. Our band, the center operations, our classes, everything. And on that slide that was up there, there was a place for all of you at home that you can send to our address. You can go onto our website if you're not here in the sanctuary, and you can participate in your conscious giving and sharing your love with each of us here, with our center. And so now, I just want to bless these gifts and thank you, knowing that they are gifts that come from the pure love of Spirit through each and every person here. I know that with great gratitude in my heart, I receive and accept them, and I bless them, because I know that they do good work here in this center. I know they do good work in our community, and I also know that they do good work around the world. For this and so much more, I am so grateful, and I give thanks, and so it is. And now, here is our custom, since y'all maybe this is your first time here. We actually get down together in a circle on the floor, and if you like to hold hands, it's great. If you don't have to. It's whatever everybody is most comfortable about. And then we're going to sing the peace song together. And it's a big special event, so come on down here, and we got a whole bunch of people here. Here we go. I'm going to be over here right now. I just have to figure out where we're all going to be. Yeah. Now you grab on to Joseph over there. There we go. We did it. We've got it. The words will be up on the screen. You may already know it. Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is my joyous vow. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What beautiful voices were going on here. How nice. Alrighty, so this is the fun part. I'm going to be saying some words. You can say them after me if you're so moved. This is where we all affirm what's wonderful in our life and for the next days to come. So, if you want to, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening in my life right now. Something wonderful is happening in my life right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Now, life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. And life is in my body. Life is in my body. And it's in the body of my affairs. And it is in the body of my affairs. Oh, I think it. Oh, I think it. And oh, do I feel it. And I love it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. And remembering that life is just another term that we use for the expression of God or Spirit, I say, and we say, thank you, life. Have a wonderful day. And we'll see you again. And the band's going to keep playing, and we'll just keep on doing.